All right, y'all. The word of the day today is possible. I tried to find this word in the Old Testament. That's where I usually look for my words first in Hebrew. If I can't find it there, then I outsource. And I could not find possible in the Old Testament. So my mind said, look up some synonyms. Find words that are similar. So that is what I did. I looked up some synonyms. Can I say synonyms?
All right, JJ Fad.
Some synonyms for the word possible. And I'll get to use Hebrew in a second. The words I came back with were obtainable, workable, able, this is one of my favorites, and conceivable. Die before you accept after sin. So, I took these words and began to break each one of these down in Hebrew. Actually, I did 3 of them. First one I'm going to start with. So the synonyms were obtainable, workable, able, and conceivable. All of these words I was able to find in our Old Testament scripture, or it's not. So we're going to start with breaking each one of these down. We're going to start with this one, my favorite one, able. In the Hebrew, the word able is yakol. It's hard to work with this mic, Moray. Let's do this. All right. So able in Hebrew is yakol. It is spelled kaf. I'm going to write it going depth. You went to Israel. When they write words going this way, do they write them backwards up or do they write them down?
Down.
Down, just like we do? Okay. Makes my life easy. I meant to ask you.
They don't really write a lot of words like that.
But we're real Hebrews, so we're going to change that.
Yeah, just as long as it's the right direction, from right to left.
All right. So, you call in the Hebrew, kaf. That's not right. Keep my eraser. Yod, kaf, vav, lamed. It's also could be spelled yod, kaf, lamed. When we break these words down, the yod is arm and hand work deed, correct? So we have a work. We have a work done, and we have the kaf, which is the palm of hand. Let me move some of this stuff out my way. This is palm of hand. Put H for hand. Palm of hand, and the vav is nail, peg, add, and, correct?
Yeah.
And nail, peg, add, and. And the lamed is staff.
Control, chore.
There you go. Let's go with control. Control. So what we have here, we end up with the palm of hand, the work being done by the palm of hand that is guiding something, or what we would call hands-on instruction, where you have somebody teaching you. Oh, I'm sorry. This better? All right. I'm gonna start writing better too, because that's terrible. That looked like Greek. That's horrible. Anyway, so it is a work that is instruction, hands-on instruction. Most people learn better when something is being taught to them hands-on. I know I do. Just reading some instructions about something, not so much. I can learn it, but it's better when I'm actually doing it. And most people learn better that way. We have some people that can get over learning just by reading something, but even with script, with Torah, it's a hands-on thing. We actually do things so we can learn and so we can remember. So, Abel has to do with hands-on instruction. Now, the next word we're going to go with is conceivable. Conceivable in the Hebrew is, where'd it go? Hara. H-A-R-A-H. Hara. And it's spelled hey, resh, hey. It is the idea of something being seen in the head and then being seen in reality. It is the idea of like Yah thinking something and thinking it into being. It actually becomes, it exists. So you have it being seen. So the head is low, behold, and the. So you can say the head sees, or something in the head that's already seen, that's beheld in the head, in your mind, now becoming reality. Now you're seeing it physically. So it's something that you conceive in your mind, and now it's happening. And most of us artists do that. They picture things in their mind first, and then they do the work to create that thing. So that's that word. Workable. Workable, the Hebrew word for workable is mekalek. Mekalek. Melaka. Melaka. And it has to do with work, being able to work, or work being done, or something being used for work. Then we have the word obtainable, which is nasa in the Hebrew. This one here was important. Nasa can be spelled N-A-S-A or N-A-S-A-H. Nasa. The dictionary definition of it has to do with to lift, bear up, carry, or take something somewhere. In the Hebrew, though, which always expands things so much more, we have nun, shin. Oh, I'm spelling it the English in the English direction. Nun, shin, aleph, or it is spelled nun. Noon, well, my noon look bad, really bad, look handicapped bad. Here we go. Noon, samek, hey. When you break these two words down, you get, what's the noon?
Sea, fish, activity, life.
Life. Okay. activity. Shin,
Eat, consume, destroy.
Consume, destroy.
Hebrew has a positive and negative to each one.
Correct.
So, if you're not destroying something, what are you doing?
Separate it to yourself.
Separating. What's the opposite of destroying?
Protected.
Creating. So, you got something created. And the Aleph,
Ox, strength, leader.
ox strength leader. Aleph is also Adonai, or Adonai, which would be Yah. So you have possible for this word here, obtainable, is nasa. You have actively created or activity that is creating something, or Yah's creating something through his activity. And then you have it spelled here, Nun Samek Hey, which is life, or this activity again, or the act of, or doing something. The Samek is the hand on staff, support, prop, correct? And then the Hey, lo, behold, the. Or we also know the Hey when we see the pictographs of it, of a man, a person, which is usually us, Yisrael.
Yeah.
So we see an act of support for Yisrael. It is something that's obtainable, is an act of support for Israel, and it's usually done by Yahuwah. So we see through Yah, if we need to do something, or we have we need something done,
Yeah. I see you, man.
we're supposed to go through Yah to do it, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So I looked up, because I couldn't find possible in the Old Testament, I went the route of the Ashkenaz. And I found the word possible in the Hebrew is, make sure I'm pronouncing it right, Epsharee. Sister Hulda helped me pronounce this word because I couldn't figure it out. Okay, so if it's wrong, it's her. I'm blaming her. All right.
Thank you.
It is Epsharee. It is spelled Aleph. There you go. Pay. Make sure I'm getting it right. Shin. Resh. God. Aleph. Ox strength leader. Also Adonai or Yah. Pay.
Mouth open.
Mouth open. Speak. Shin.
Eat, consume, destroy.
Opposite of destroy.
Create.
Resh.
Head
Person
first.
first.
Head. And Yod.
You.
Yod, Yod.
Arm and hand work. Deed.
Arm and hand work deed. All right. So what we have here is Yahuwah speaking and creating what's in his head with the work. So we have Yah speaking and creating what's in his mind, in his head, and bringing it into a reality by physical work or his power. It makes it possible. Yah creates or brings things into reality just by thinking them
And speaking it.
Yeah.
and speaking it. So Luke chapter 18, verse 27. And he spake, and he said, the things which are impossible with man are possible with Yah. Genesis 18. Genesis 18:14 says, is anything too hard for Yahweh?
Right.
At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son.
Yep.
So nothing's too hard for Yah. Matthew 19:26. But Yeshua beheld them and said unto them, with man this is impossible, but with Yah all things are possible.
Yep.
Jeremiah 32:27. Okay, somebody, if you find it before me. Jeremiah 32:27. Behold, I am Yahuwah, the El of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Not a thing. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ, through Mashiach, who strengthens me. All things. This word, I decided to do this word because I have been thinking a lot about marriage. Because we have a few people in the fellowship that are going to get married soon. And then we got a bunch of other people that's married. I've been married for, 20...
Don't get yourself in trouble. Just say you've been married.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. We have people in here that have been married longer than that. People have been married shorter than that. And we know that marriage is work. It's not an easy thing. If it was easy, you wouldn't have divorces. Right?
That's right.
And you wouldn't have people cheating. But marriage is work. A lot of people give up. But that's not, it shouldn't be so with Israel. You shouldn't be giving up on marriages, because all things are possible through Yahushua, who is Torah made flesh. If you and your spouse or spouse to be is functioning in Torah, there's no way that your marriage should fall apart. It's going to be work. Keeping Torah is work. And we all know that because we do it on a regular. We have to do this work every day. If Yahuwah treated marriage like America treated marriage, we would all be going to hell.
Ain't that?
But we are not supposed to treat marriage like just a everyday, any day relationship.
Like the culture.
Marriage is a contract,
Honorable.
and
Covenant.
it's a covenant.
Covenant.
When you get into it, you're into it for life.
Should.
There's only 2 examples I've seen in scripture where you can dissolve a marriage: adultery, or the person that you're married with is not a believer and they decide they don't want to be with you no more. Those are the 2 that I've seen. Now, I've heard people say, well, you don't stay in a marriage if your man beating you down. I don't stay in the house and get beat. But I would say get out the house, don't dissolve your marriage, because the marriage is still savable, correct? Because that person can still get help. She said no. That's why I said get out the house. You don't stay in the house. You don't stay in there and get beat on and hurt. And get your kids out of there too. But you're supposed to work on it. That's the whole purpose. We can't just give up on our relationships. Me and my wife, we done been through some stuff, but because we follow Yah, it's never in our mind to give up. No. You know what? I got a story. My wife pretended.
Wow.
Can I tell that story? My wife.
Yes or no, was it?
I don't know if she answered
It
it.
was yes. Okay.
My wife pissed me off one day.
Oh,
No.
no, she didn't.
Carol, yeah.
What?
Sweet
Her?
as she is.
Sweet.
Yeah. Upset me. And I was so frustrated. I went like this. Ugh! And she said, stole on me.
I heard that in a long time.
She threw her hands up, started crying, ran and went into the closet, and started talking about you was gonna hit me. And I felt like a heel. I wasn't about to hit her, but I felt terrible. She crying tears. This Hebrew was faking. That's messed up. She had me feeling terrible. I'm in there apologizing, everything. Women, y'all ain't right. She faking tears and they look so real. But anyway, my whole point of this thing was possible.
I know. All things are possible.
Yeah, all things are possible. Fake tears, possible. Yeah.
Let's roll it back. Let's roll it back.
But we are supposed to take everything to Yah. So those of you getting married, I know that marriage is a struggle. If you take Yah with everything you do and involved in everything, you'll make it through. Those of you who are in marriages, there's going to be rough patches. Yah, all the time. You'll make it through. That's all I got to say.
Hallelujah.